Like, really, if I weren't a fighter, I'd be a diabetic.
2 large meals, 20 nuggets, a triple cheeseburger, some of them mozzarella dippers, some chicken selects, and I ate every single thing, you know what I mean? I was proud of myself that day, but then the next morning I was like...
Alright, Paddy The Baddy Pimblett. What a name. I love that name. If you're not familiar with this chap, he's one of the hottest properties in UFC right now, apparently. I mean, I don't really follow it. He's a scouser, bit of a character, and fancies himself a big eater too, as revealed in a recent interview he did with a channel called MMA On Point. I'll leave a link in the description box to that video if you're interested, but in it, he mentions that after a fight, he loves nothing more than to indulge in a good old-fashioned cheat meal. Who doesn't? And the fight he mentions in particular in this video happened right before this country went into lockdown, and apparently he's a huge fan of McDonald's, so he started panicking a little bit that he wasn't going to be able to get his Mackey's fix, so he went out and ordered as much as he could stomach. And today, you guessed it, we're going to try and scoff it all. Find out how much of a baddie this bloke really is. So without further ado, this is BeardMeatsFood, and this is Paddy the Baddy's ultimate McDonald's cheat meal challenge meat. You lizards. Hootski! Oh yeah. It's Monopoly time too. Small fries or veg bag? Neat. Alright, where to begin? Let's start with Paddy's favourite, the Triple Cheeseburger. I left this in its wrapping to try and maintain some heat. Didn't really work. What's up, Beard Army? Welcome back to another video, and today we're just doing something daft. We're trying to finish this guy, Paddy The Baddy Pimblett's pretty wacky pre-lockdown McDonald's cheat meal order, just because a bunch of people asked me to. Oh, that was dry. Paddy mentions in the video that he doesn't like any kind of salad or greens on his burgers. Even the pickles, he won't do. No onions, no tomatoes. So these might be a little bit bland. Fortunately, he does still leave the sauce and the cheese on there. What next? Let's make a start on one of the large meals. Now, he doesn't specify specifically which 2 large meals he got on that fateful day, but he does mention that he's into big burgers. So the way I see it, he probably would have got the biggest burgers on the menu as part of these 2 large meals. So I got the double quarter pounder meal and the big tasty with bacon meal, both large. Large, lad, gotta be. If you haven't seen this video, by the way, I highly recommend watching it. I'll leave a link in the description because he's a pretty funny dude. Let's pour these fries out. I'm gonna tear off another Monopoly strip. I'll save the rest of the end, but I'll do this one. Whitechapel Road. I guess you have to call. I don't really play this McDonald's Monopoly thing. Now, the Big Tasty without the vegetables and stuff, is it really a Big Tasty? I know it's got the special sauce and it's got bacon on it, but it's not quite the same. Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of the things that he says in the interview he gave, but this is not one of them. I think once you start taking the pickles, the lettuce, the onions off a McDonald's burger, you're really just removing the things that make it taste less like, you know, cardboard. I did consider trying to do this whole video in a Scouse accent, but I thought it might wind people up, so I decided not to. Chicken Selects next meat. I'm gonna utilize the sauce properly this week, I promise. Garlic and chive dip. Yeah. Yeah, I made a point to get plenty of dip, which ordinarily is not like me, because again, in the interview he gave, Paddy went to great lengths to explain just how egregious an injustice he thinks it is that McDonald's charged 20p, yes, 20p for additional sauce. So I guess he must be a big fan of the dips. I'm not sure I've had this garlic and herb dip before from McDonald's. Cream and chive dip, sorry. This is some tasty stuff. Yeah, amen. McDonald's have upped their dip game since I was a kid. This stuff was pretty scrumptious. I wonder if I could have got Paddy to do this with me. Like a head-to-head. That would have been fun. Although, having said that, he probably would have knocked me out already for doing that Scouse accent earlier. Pour these fries out. Here we go. You're probably wondering why the chicken nugget 20 share box is erect, is upright. That's because it just looked good for the thumbnail, you know? Let's dump these out, get rid of the big box. Alright, we're on the 20-piece chicken nugget share box now. It has been a hot minute since I ate chicken nuggets. I should be wearing my Nugs Not Drugs t-shirt, but the Ivan Drago one seemed more appropriately violent. Get some of these dips going. I do recall the last time I dipped something from McDonald's into one of their sauces, I enjoyed the sweet curry dip. So we're gonna go with sweet curry and sweet and sour. Yeah, for those of you that get mad because I don't often use condiments, this one's for you. We've got a smorgasbord of dips today. We've got sweet curry, sweet and sour, sweet chili, ketchup, cheese and chive or garlic chive. I've lost count of all the dips, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. They were a lot of fun. That taste. You know when you don't mix a pot noodle properly and there's all the dry powder in the bottom? That's what the sweet curry dip tastes like. It's pleasant though, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of dry goo you get at the bottom of a pot noodle you haven't mixed properly. That's what the sweet curry tastes like. But like I said, it was good. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Paddy Pimblett. He's 26 years old, hails from Liverpool, Merseyside. Recently made his debut in UFC. And I'm assuming he's a big fan of the jam because he's got Paul Weller's haircut. It's not often that I compliment McDonald's, but the dips, the sweet curry especially, but the sweet and sour was good too. Mozzarella dippers. Now, Paddy doesn't actually say, spat myself, he doesn't actually say how many mozzarella dippers he orders, but you know, he sounds like a genuine dude, so I'm sure he ordered a lot. I think he said that it was around 50 quid, and this came to like, I think 48 pounds-ish, so he must have ordered a lot of mozzarella dippers, I reckon. Yeah, this took some arithmetic to work out, because had it been just one portion, this would have been about 38 quid. He says it was 50 quid, so I got 5. Oh, mate, chili dip. I hope it's not too spicy, like. I'll stop, I promise. You've been saying that for the whole video. I apologise unreservedly to the people of Liverpool. Although when I was in Scotland, a lot of people said my accent was a solid 7 out of 10. You know, a few weeks ago I thought about doing a 100 McDonald's mozzarella dippers challenge. And having eaten, I don't know, like 12 of these, I'm incredibly glad I did not do that. These are kind of rubbery. They don't taste bad. It's probably mostly because they're cold. Yeah, I love the herby crust on these things, but the inner texture is kind of like a Baby Bell. I'm gonna crack some more sauce because cold McDonald's chips are the worst. Kind of got lost amidst this cocktail of dips I've got here. Forgot good old-fashioned ketchup. Yeah, the ketchup at this point was not quite as compelling as the more exotic dips. Still good to have on hand when you've got 2 large portions of cold, soggy McDonald's chips to go. Almost there though now. We've got 1 more large portion of chips, some Coke, and dessert, which is in the little McCafe bag thing on the right of the screen. I'm not gonna lie, I think Paddy is a bit of a baddie. Yeah, colour me impressed. I mean, if this is legitimately how much he ate, then that is solid for, you know, like a regular human being, a non-competitive eater, put it that way. So, yeah, maybe we could do a video one day together. He can't be any worse than Eddie Hall, put it that way. All right, we're almost done. So I think Paddy and I are kind of kindred spirits because he says in the video, you can't finish a meal off without getting something sweet. Now he doesn't specify specifically what, but in the video he eats a donut, so we'll make the assumption that it was a donut. Oh no. The McDonut is not a winner. This is too dry. Oh no. Ah, you animal, you were doing so well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. I finally hit some caramel. Finally hit some caramel, lad. Any Scousers watching, you can rate my accent in the comments. Right, we're almost there. Just gotta finish the drink. Interesting fact about Paddy the Baddy is he does not drink diet drinks, which is crazy to me. He says in the video, get out. He says to the guy, get out. If you brought like Coke Zero or Diet Coke, get out. I just want drinks with sugar in them. Which is the opposite to me. I can't stand drinking full sugar Coke. It makes your teeth hurt. Give me Pepsi Max Cherry any day. Alright, this has been BeardMeatsFood, and that was Paddy the Baddy's insane McDonald's cheat meal challenge. I feel well qualified to officially approve Paddy's nickname. He is a bit of a baddie. That is a lot of food to eat for one normal human being. But, you know, got there in the end, completed it.
Completed, mate.
I said that because he looks like Jay from In-Betweeners. Hopefully he doesn't see this. Pound my face in. £50, and all I won was a small portion of fries.